Back to you, Kaden.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like kind of going back to Holmes' point a bit, I feel like research is really important when you're interacting with the DeFi space. Just like, if you're just bouncing ideas off of your friends, sometimes you do end up in a feedback loop. Um, so with that being said, what would be your research routine for both of you guys actually? So like
Mm.
what do you do on like a daily basis to get like a broad scope of the market and what's going on?
Yeah, just another one with having friends that's sort of interacting with the space. It depends kind of who those friends are and where if they're all from the same community or whatever it is. Because you want friends that are able to tell you no, that's a pile of shit, or no, that looks cool, or whatever. That they can have their own and form their own opinions, and then you can sort of base your own one, your own feedback loop that you might have been receiving or echo chamber that you've seen on Twitter with people that have knowledge and expertise in other areas or other chains or other parts of DeFi. So I guess it depends who your mates are. But yeah, I see your point. But in terms of my routine, so like um, looking through research and maybe some actionable tips for looking at research. Just I kind of use four main tools, kind of seeing a rough idea of what to look into. So my favourites are Token Terminal, and you can quickly filter through protocols with strong revenue and compare that to their market cap, and you might see a mismatch there, and then you can go and research that protocol further and see what their product is and what their tokenomics are. But it's a nice starting point to see if there's actually revenue coming in. You can look into DeFi Llama to see where liquidity is going at the moment. Is it all going into Arbitrum? Is there opportunity coming onto that chain? For example, is there like a lot of untapped stable coins that's sitting on the sidelines? If there is a lot of stable coins sitting there or a lot of liquidity coming in for whatever reason, what's going to be the protocol that unshackles it? Is there something new being built, or is there an exciting project that's been there for a long period of time and more liquidity is pouring in? You can sort of have a look into the TVL and where it's flowing. Can give you a rough guide, but you can't solely place a valuation dependent on that. You can see how quickly people can get wrecked if they just look at TVL and community or something like Aptos, for example. The amount of shorters and negative funding that's gone into Aptos just because, oh, where's the TVL? Where's the community? I'm going to short this. It makes no sense that this is going up, and all of a sudden you're getting shorts that's having to sell up and buy the token, and you're just getting a squeeze higher and higher and higher from 3, 6, 9, all the way to wherever it is now. So it's not just the only metric you should be looking at. And then I like to use June analytics because I'm quite a visual person, and flicking through users' data and seeing like what um, visuals they provide alongside it. You can have a look at a variety of like use cases on there with loads of dashboards to play around and add to your Confluence ideas or sentiments about various projects or protocols and different chains. And there's a new tool that I'm really liking at the moment, which I'm lucky enough to be sponsored by as well, which is Bubble Maps. And there you can sort of see it's another visual aid, another tool where you can quickly have a look into the history of a token. You can see from day dot, where the big holders. Is there like you can take a brand new coin, for example, just plug it into there, and you can see whether or not there's a group of wallets that sort of split all of their circulating supply up, and you can see whether or not you might be getting dumped onto in the near future. So, that's a really useful tool into looking into where the tokens are, how much of the circulating supply is being held by a certain amount of wallets, and how truly decentralized is it? Is there a nice spread of wallets, or is there some mischievous acts going on chain? But you can quickly see that in seconds using that tool. What about you guys?
No, I think you've almost pretty much covered everything that I'm looking at. But yeah, especially I'm always interested in circulating supply a lot to see, if there is any big whale wallets sitting around. And also, I think going back from a long time ago, before we had a lot of these tools, I was always using multiple Etherscan accounts to monitor a lot of wallets. Every time you saw an interesting wallet, either deploying a contract or interacting with something, you're getting notifications. But it's very time consuming to go through it and track what's going on. And especially if people are giving you good tips and you start trusting them a lot, it's always interesting to kind of follow every transaction they're doing, especially because it's DeFi and you can really see what they're getting up to. Or if, a rug project is doing something again with the funds that were just sitting dormant for a long time, I always kind of set a reminder on that if something's going on.
Nice.
But I think that's all I have else to add to the conversation.